Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is George with Trading Futures Live, rolling solo today. This is Trading Futures Live, where we trade live in front of the camera every single day. We show you our winners, we show you our losers. We try and be as transparent as possible. Very quickly, trading is inherently risky and can result in the loss of capital. So please do not copy any of our trades or take any of our trades. And with that being said, let's get right into it. Did have our pre-market analysis. We had PPI come out at 8:30 this morning in the news. Came in. It's a red number because this is based off of the dollar and what is good or bad for currency. What will make the currency go up and what will make the currency go down. Lower inflation will make the currency, our U.S. dollar, go down, or should make the dollar go down. And so that's why the number is red, but it's actually a good number for inflation. Kind of reinforces the CPI numbers from yesterday that were lower than expected. This number lower than expected, so the markets have reacted off of it. We are well above yesterday's closing price. So we will be back gapping up here in the next minute or two. So we have all four major indexes here to the left. The red line is the close from yesterday on them. This is the ES, so we're well above, and Q above. Came and tested it before the news and then broke out to a new high. Basically the same on all of the markets. What's interesting here, though, markets are up and the VIX is flat. It is not broken down. So that's the one caveat there that's not really in line with the rest of the market. Dollar is breaking down, though, testing yesterday's lows. Hasn't broken that low yet, though. But we are below yesterday's close, which is in line with what's going on. So let's go ahead and take a look at the charts. We've got about 50 seconds till the open. We've got the weekly breaking here. Let me get. I don't know why that line is there. That's annoying. The weekly breaking this pivot here to a new high there, and testing as far back as the beginning of May. Still technically bearish on this time frame. Needs a retest to create a higher low and then break that pivot for me to be bullish on this time frame, and or really a strong break of this trend line. But even a strong break of this trend line, I'll be expecting some sort of pullback at some point. Not expecting green candles forever necessarily. And so as far as the technicals go, bearish on this time frame. We are now open and have my few scenarios here. It looks kind of a mess right now, these arrows, but it's what I went over in the pre-market. I'm essentially bullish today, maybe neutral bullish, but certainly bullish. I wouldn't be really short until we broke this level down here. If we come and test either of these two levels right now near the open, I'd more likely be trying to take a long off of these lower levels down here. If not, we would need to at least break the overnight high for me to want to be short, but need to come test this level, then maybe get a pullback to get in short, which was this one. My only other short on the board would be if we just break out up to one of these supply levels up here and start to see some signs of rejection, test the high, maybe form a double top or something, and that would be my only other potential short. Other than that, maybe try and get in on a breakout or a test of this level and a pullback to get in long. That's all going to be determined by the internals as well, or at least I'm going to need to see some signals from the internals that they're going to want to be long. These are the internals here. The advanced decline up here on the top for the ES and the NQ, and then the tick charts for the NYSE and the NQ as well. We were expecting them to open up in positive territory because we are gapping up The tick charts most certainly did, and they are now pulling back, which is to be expected. I did somewhat expect. I mean, positive 1800 is a very decent positive number. I was kind of expecting to see this more around 2000, but we're going to give these internals a few minutes to see if they can pick a direction and give us some signs of what is to come today in the markets. If we go ahead and take a look at the 2-minute that just closed. That is really not very good volume so far. There's lower than average volume on that 2-minute. We'll see what the next couple candles provide us. I am trading remotely today. That's why if you guys see my video picture goes blurry at times, I am not on the actual computer that I'm trading off of. I'm trading remotely from home today. Good morning, Python. Good morning, everyone. A little bit here on the ES. Let's see what we got going on here on the NQ. Breaking down as well. If we take a look at the internals, tick charts are pushing down pretty strong. We're going to stay patient as usual, guys. See if we get a reaction off of this demand down here. Again, not very good volume today. And so we're going to stay patient. We are going to stay patient. Thank you, Python. You are correct. Not alone today. Need you guys. You guys keep me in check, especially if, especially on a day that I am here technically by myself, right? That's why Franco and I and Beto try and trade together as a group to help each other. Try and help each other keep our emotions in check, not get too high and not get too low. So I'm going to count on you guys for that today. Get necessarily down here to this demand. See what kind of rejections we get off of there. And again, we are going to stay very patient. This is obviously the range from the news. At 8:30, broke out, pulled back, tested that high again, and breaking down from there. So this is really the range for the moment that we need to see it break out of to really for us to say that it has picked a direction. Although remember, I am more bullish than anything today, and so even if it breaks down to the downside, I'm going to be very, very cautious. Now, after a day like yesterday, today could very easily be another ranging day, right? If we go ahead and take a look at the daily chart, we had a very wide-ranging candle yesterday. I mean, it basically engulfed a week's worth of candles, and closed even above this range here. And so on a wide-ranging day like that, wouldn't be surprising to see a ranging day, wide-ranging day here. Then we had a ranging day, but it could certainly come up and test these levels as well, right? We had a wide-ranging day here that broke above these levels, and then this day we had it followed by another wide-ranging day, especially due to the fact that there was nothing in the way to the left, right? And we kind of had the same thing today, where we don't have really anything in the way to the left up until these highs. So could just range, but it could break out, and that's really the type of trade that I'm looking for today. Is if this thing wants to go long, I want to be long with it because it could run for a while. And because I'm remote, guys, hopefully at least the sound is okay. Let me know if you guys have any issues there as well. I'm gonna keep an eye. take a look here at the NQ. Tested the lows from the news. It's got a bit more movement to it. Back to the upside. Breaking levels there, and it wants to go up. Let's take a look at these internals. Advanced decline is still coming down here on the NYSE. It is trying to push up here on the NQ though, and we're starting to flatten out here on the tick chart for the NQ. This one's still trending downwards here. But again, guys, we're going to stay patient. All right, that's a strong push right there, especially here on the internals. Come here real quick. Russell is pushing up. Russell is the strongest here. The rest of them, it's like the NQ is going to want to be the first one to maybe try and break to a new high. Following the Russell. We will stay patient though. Did not necessarily pull back far enough for me to get in long anywhere down here. For me to get in long down here, I would have needed to. I would have wanted to see it come and test this area. Get long there. I'm going to be looking for right now the breakout to a new high, and then try and get in on a pullback. Channel. Normally, I'm here with Franco and Beto. They couldn't be with us today. I don't even think they're going to be with us again tomorrow. I think I'm going to be solo the rest of the week. That is all right because, like Tyson said, I got you guys with me. But we are very patient here. At least we think we are, and we try to be. We don't try and overtrade. We're trying to look for one or two good trades a day. We wait for the market to open. We wait for the market to try and give us a signal and try and plan the trade and take a good trade. And so you're not going to see us here taking 4, 5, or 6 trades in a day. You usually won't see me take more than 2 in a day. Ideally, for certain, no more than 3 in a day. But usually only 1, especially in the morning. If I take 1 and it's a loser in the morning, I may make an attempt in the afternoon, depending on how the charts play out. But we're here to be patient, take good trades, make a couple of R's, and live to fight another day. Most important in trading is living to fight another day, not digging yourself in such a big hole that the next day and the next week, you get desperate, and then you start making mistakes, and you start not following your plan and not following your rules, um, and before you know it, your account's at zero, right? We've we've all been there. We have all been there. Have the highs and lows set from the news event at 8 a.m. We had PPI come out at 8:30 a.m. That was the high created by the news and the low created by the news, and we have not broken out of those levels yet. Let's see if we finally start to get the push here. Certainly seeing it on the internals here. If we go ahead and take a look at all four indexes, still the Russell is the only one that has broken out of that range. The YM here still hasn't, the NQ hasn't, the ES hasn't, but we're getting close there. Breaking to a new high here. I'd like to see it push here on the advanced decline. Same here on the NQ. Getting rejected here off of the zero line. But we're also getting rejected pretty steadily off of these highs here on the tick chart. So again, we're going to stay patient. What I'm looking for right now, breakout above the high and a pullback. If not, we got to come test some of these demand levels down here to try and get long. I am bullish on the day, neutral bullish, because we could have a ranging day due to the fact that yesterday we had such a wide ranging day, and so that's what we're waiting on. Now, if you guys have any questions, I keep saying us because normally there's 2 or 3 of us on here. With is if we get this breakout uh, closer to the 10 o'clock candle, to the new 30-minute candle, because I hate the volatility of the new 30-minute candle. So what I'm not going to want to see, and it's probably what's going to happen because I don't want to see it, is it'll finally break with 2 or 3 minutes left to the 10 a.m. candle, and then I have to get in on a pullback on the new 30-minute candle, and that new 30-minute candle could just be the reversal candle to come all the way back down. So unfortunately, it kind of is what it is. That is my plan. If it breaks out in a pullback, I am somewhat bullish on the day, and so I need to find a way to get into that trade if it presents itself. And then if I do get stopped out, we'll have to reassess, take all that information in, and see if either we wait for another long opportunity or if it gives us some sort of opportunity to get in short uh, with some confirmation here from the internals. Right now, advanced decline here on the NQ is flat, but the ES is starting to push up higher, breaking the opening level, pushing to the extreme highs here on the tick chart. I do not consider the first couple of candles here to be like the high of the day or anything like that. We opened up an extreme territory because it gapped up, and so I usually dismiss the first couple of candles. Right, this here is the highs to me, the 975 level. That would be considered the highs to me on the day for that tick chart, and here at 666 for the NQ. So a new high on the tick chart would be a break above the 666, and it would be a break above the 975. That would be, to me, a new high there. For the moment, though we are staying up in positive territory and haven't even come back to the zero line, it's certainly making lower lows here as well on the tick chart. But can be expected just due to the fact that we're hanging out here in such extreme territory. This will creep down. It's very rare. I mean, I have seen it happen where most of the day hangs out up here, never coming and touching the zero line, but that's like maybe a couple times a year that'll happen. And we're about to get a new 5-minute. And still, we're inside of this range. Like I said, I'm going to expect it to break to that new high as we get closer to the new 10 a.m. candle. Is there levels out there? I've got nothing until this breaks out. Hmm. Staying patient. Got about 2 minutes left for the new 30. Was still the only one to have broken that high, or at least sustained the move. Let's go to the 30. Well, the YM broke that high of the news, but got rejected off of it and is still below it technically right now, though it is trying to push up there. Got the NQ pulling back right now. Trying to push here to a new high on the advanced decline. Steadily pushing up here on the NYSE advanced decline. Getting held up here by the 21 EMA that I have on that chart. But these tick charts making lower highs. We'll see what happens now with the new 30 seconds left. Let's see if we get some movement now. Up here, oh, there we go, breaking out on all of them. There's a ton of stops above here. All right, see if we can get a close up here. We're gonna have decent volume in this candle that broke to the new high. Getting rejected off of that. Huge rejection on the Dow right now. Even the Russell's getting rejected back down. So we did not close to a new high. We're going to want to wait and see now, either this next 2 minute or the 5 minute, where it closes. My stop down below here would give me protection of the entire previous 15-minute candle. This is the 15-minute chart here. Previous 15-minute candle. With that kind of protection, I would need to stop down to the 35.50 there. If I use the protection of just the 5-minute candles, it would be around 41. So we're going to wait and see where this closes to kind of determine where I'm going to put my levels or my zone. And if it even closes at all up here. Looking more like at something like this. 6 points. That'll put my first target below the second supply zone up here. Alright, got this 2-minute candle closing here. And I keep an eye on the 5-minute. About 30 seconds left here in this 5-minute. And so I'm just going to risk the previous 5-minute candle. These two candles here, pull back to there. Can it pull back deeper? I don't necessarily have a better zone down here. Alright, new 5-minute. I'm going to go ahead and submit this order. Was not aggressive enough trying to get into this trade. I could have additionally had a breakout set up above the 5-minute, but too many supply levels up here. So holding here on the NQ though. Let's see what all of these markets are doing. Nobody's holding. Russell's holding. Dow's holding everybody back. The Dow did not have a sustained push up. Got the dollar retracing a little bit right now. VIX is picking up. I'm going to have to, I'm gonna clear this and cancel. I'm gonna have to put a buy stop up here as well. And a buy limit here at the 46 where I had it. I don't want to miss out on this trade, guys. So if we get a breakout, I'll be in it. If we get a pullback, I'll be in it. But I don't want it to break out without me. I do think we have potential to run up today. I'm willing to take that risk. If I get filled on the buy stop here, I will still I'll have the protection of the previous 5-minute candle, and if we get a pullback, I'll have the protection of these two 5-minute candles. So my orders are in, risking about $300. Let's keep an eye on these internals. I don't want to see this tick chart come to a new low. I don't necessarily mind it testing these lows to come for the pullback to fill me, but I don't want to see it continue to break to new lows. I do like the NQ chart there on the tick, and we want to see this continue to go up. Let's make some adjustments here. Alright, so we're in on the breakout. I'm going to take this order off. I do have the protection of the previous 5-minute candle, like I said. My order is on. Why is it not showing? But this is my entry here. I'm not sure why the P&L isn't showing here, but you can see my P&L down here on the bottom, so I am in this trade. to figure that out later. We've got 1 minute left in this 15-minute. Did have a nice strong push in this 15-minute. Want to see it close strong. What I don't like about my trade right now is that my stop, I don't have the protection of this 15-minute candle. I only have the protection of the previous 5-minute candle. My stop would need to be down here to have that protection, so not thrilled about that aspect of my trade and the fact that it is not pushing right now. All right, new 15, new 5. I'm getting a pullback right now on the tick chart. Advanced decline is still holding to the upside. I want to make sure that continues, and we do not want to see a new low formed here on the tick chart. New low on the tick chart would likely stop me out. Need to see some follow through in this trade to the upside. Still flat. Still flat. Here to get the order on. Alright, we're finally getting a little bit of a push to give us some breathing room. I have 10 contracts on. This target up here is 2 to 1. I'm going to close out 8 of them up here. I'm going to let the other 2 run. I do think on a higher time frame, and it doesn't even show up on a 4-hour, but on a higher time frame, we have potential to get up here to these highs today, somewhere around 80, 85, somewhere around there. So we're gonna let it run. If we do get to target, maybe take it out, take the other 2 off somewhere in this zone up here. Thanks, Bison. Not easy taking a trade like that live in front of you guys, gotta tell you. Especially without Franco or Beto around to give any reinforcement to the trade or whatnot. But we had a plan. We have followed the plan. I accepted the risk when I made the plan. And now we need to let the trade work itself out. Can price turn around and stop me out? Absolutely. But this is a trade I need to take every time. I need to figure out a way to get into it every time. We gapped up yesterday. We gapped up again today at the open. We have broken a bunch of levels recently. So, again, my bias today was bullish to neutral bullish because it can still be a ranging day. This can still turn around, not get to my target, and range. But with nothing to the left on the daily chart, I want to be in this long if it got long. I had a buy limit for a pullback. Started to hesitate, didn't look like it was going to pull back far enough, so I put a buy stop. Is it necessarily the best entry? No. But I'm in this, and we're going to let it ride. We're at 1-to-1 right now. Where are the two admins? At this supply. And a heck of a rejection off of it. Oof. Not what I want to see on the tick chart here. Closing there at the 0 line on this 2-minute candle. I'd love to see a nice strong retracement there. Take a look at the 15-minute. We've got 7 minutes in this current 15-minute left. So I'm still, I would have loved for my stop to have been, or to have been lower to have the full protection of the of this 15-minute candle, but getting in on the breakout, that was not possible. I could have had a wider zone, but I was risking the full 5-minute candle here, and let the trade play out. Pulling back to break even right now. Full pullback on this 5-minute. See if this is just a pullback to continue to grind higher. Understandable. People that were in this long taking off profits here at the supply level that they have there. Let's see if the buyers can sustain this move. Let's see what the 4 indexes are doing. They're all pulling back. Russell is the strongest today, up 1.66%, followed by the NQ at 1.2. ES is up 1%. Dow is the lagging one at 0.9, but they are all up. See if we can survive this pullback. We want to see a strong push up on this tick chart. If it breaks to a new low from here, absolutely we'll be getting stopped out. A very understandable strategy there. I accepted the risk though when I got into this trade. It did go 1-to-1, so I could have moved my stop to break even. I am going to hold on to this trade though. Recently got this new 5-minute. See if I can survive the close of this 30-minute. Love for this to be the pullback on the 30-minute and it close back up here in positive territory in my trade. But we're getting more of a pullback right now. In this 30-minute, quite the retracement here. Even if I don't get stopped out before the new 30-minute, the volatility of the new 30-minute where price is closing will likely stop me out. I would have liked to have been up here in positive territory. If I was up here in positive territory when this 30-minute candle closes, then I would have moved my stop up to break even, because of the volatility of the 30-minute candle, and that this next 30-minute candle can just come crashing down. But I always try and let my trades work out. I don't take enough trades, me personally, to not give them the opportunity to work out. Franco and Beto do have more opportunities with their trade strategy, so as you guys have seen, Franco will get into 3 or 4 different trade opportunities in a day and have a couple of break-even trades. I don't. I'm not nearly as aggressive. My zones are bigger, and so I don't have nearly as many opportunities. New 30. I'm gonna need a strong push-up, stronger than this, to get me back into positive territory, and a strong push-up on the tick chart on the advanced decline. Getting it on the NQ. Let's see what the NQ chart looks like. They had an extreme pullback as well. Getting extreme tick movements, but no follow through here on the tick chart. So this is looking like the sellers are kind of in control right now. If the buyers were in control, I would have expected to see more of a push on the actual chart from the movement of this tick chart. Got back in at the same point, Bison. We're not getting, not necessarily getting the right look from the internals here to get back in. Technically, is a small zone and a small stop that I have. If you guys have watched me in the past, I had about a 10-point stop, but the volatility has come down this summer, and so my stops have tightened up a bit. I'm only risking about 6 points in this trade. Which I'm fine with. To get to 2-1 with a 10-point stop, the daily ATR has come down, right? The VIX is down, so the volatility and the ranges of the day have all come down. So my 2-1 trades with a 10-point stop a couple of months ago was very doable when the ATR was up over 100 on the ES, but now we're down around 70, and so 20 points is a bit harder to come by. About a minute left in this 5-minute. see if we've survived this pullback, and maybe we get a run up from here over the next 30 minutes. Not the best looking 30-minute candle that we just had. Love to see this hourly close strong. Tree. All right. Elson, anything out there? Joining us, we're in long. Um, Not sure what's going on with my Ninja. When I get out of this trade, I'm going to need to restart the computer because my entry is here at this blue line. It is not showing up here on my chart trader right now, but we're in. You can see my P&L down here. I've got my stop down here. I was risking a full 5-minute candle. I got in on this breakout, planned the trade. We had the overnight high basically created by the news, and when price broke out, I first had a limit order down here to get in long, pulled back some, but then this hesitation candle, I put a breakout, I added a breakout order here, which is the one that filled, never would have pulled back to fill me in, and got a nice push out of there. But then as we got closer to the new 30-minute candle, we got a strong pullback, and the 30-minute actually closed down here. I was down and quite nervous. Really, I thought I was going to get stopped out with the new 30-minute closing down here. A quick little wick down before popping back up would have stopped me out. But prices picked up from there. We had reached one-to-one when I got to these levels, but I did not move my stop. I wanted to let this trade play out completely. I may tighten up my stop a couple of points to just below this pivot based off of this move right here. Retested this high, quickly getting rejected off of it. if we break below this pivot, I'm going to expect price to continue lower. What I really wanted to see was price break this level and get a close up above here, and then I would have moved my stop up to break even. I am going to save myself, I don't know, about $75 or so. I'm going to move it up to yeah, I'm just going to move it up 1 point. Not looking like this is going to continue up. Huge rejection here off of the tick chart. And certainly if this pushes to a new low there, I'm going to actually potentially be looking for shorts. Huge pullback. That is a new low there on the tick chart. Broke that trend line there that had formed essentially on the tick Q. Haven't gotten the complete rollover here on the advanced declines yet, but that's a tough pill to swallow right there. New 5 minute. Huge rejection there off of that 5 minute. It's basically a little double top that formed there. Pretty decent neckline there. If we get a breakdown, I get stopped out. I'll maybe potentially be looking to get short. Not sure if maybe there's a statement or something somewhere. All right, stopped out, breaking down hard. That's ridiculous here on the tick chart. Finally breaking that 21 EMA here. Back to the downside on the advanced decline. I'm okay with this trade though. I accepted the risk when I got into it. Bullish on the day. Have to get into the trade. What I don't want to do is take any type of a revenge trade right now or rush into anything too quickly. Let me first take a quick screenshot here. Jesus Christ. Alright guys, double top, broke the neckline. If I was looking to get into another trade, I'd potentially be looking to get short. New extreme low on the tick chart here. Getting extreme pushes down. Dollar's pushing up quite a bit as well. And so I would look to potentially get short on a pullback here. Or is this just a pullback to stop everybody out to really go long on the day? That's where I'm going to stay patient, thoroughly think out a plan, and take another trade maybe a little bit later. But with that, guys, I'm going to call it a day here on the live trading session. down 1R, a little bit less than 1R because I was risking about 300 points, but down to 37 on the trade, breakout long, pulled back, thought that I was going to get the push here, but decided to pull back further, and we'll see. I kind of want to let the advanced decline and tick chart figure itself out. I need to see if the tick chart comes back to these lows, kind of confirming bearishness, or if it pushes back up to these highs, pulls back and holds above the 0 line and starts to just continue to test these highs, in which case this pullback may just be the pullback to get in long. And again, if the tick chart just continues to come down to these lows, then I'd likely want to try and get short. But I kind of want to wait on some confirmation on these internals before I take another trade. And so, yeah, with that being said, thank you guys for joining us today. Catch us every morning, 9 a.m. We do our pre-market analysis. 9:25 we go live trading the markets. Normally I'm here with Franco and Beto. They couldn't be with us today. Don't necessarily think they're going to be with us tomorrow, but they should be back next week. Take care, guys. Well, I'll have the daily recap later as well. Have a good one.